Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into the world of CuriosityStream Inc's proxy statement. It's a bit like a school election, but with a lot more money involved. We'll see who they want on the board and what changes they are asking shareholders to approve. Think of it as the company's to-do list, which they need your yes vote to complete. Before we begin decoding this proxy statement, if you find value in turning complex corporate documents into something easy to understand, make sure you are subscribed and join our Discord community. Link is in the description below. This proxy statement filed with the SEC is like an updated instruction manual for a company's annual meeting. It tells stockholders what's on the agenda and how they can vote. This particular filing is an amended version, meaning they made some changes after the first one was released. In this case, it looks like they're just updating the number of shares outstanding. One of the key things to look at is what the board is recommending. For the election of directors, the board is pushing you to vote for all their choices. They also want you to say yes to increasing the number of shares for their incentive plan, ratifying their accounting firm, and approving any necessary meeting adjournments. The record date is May 23, 2025. If you held CuriosityStream's stock on that date, you are eligible to vote at the annual meeting. As of that date, there were about 57.7 million shares of common stock outstanding, each with one vote. For the meeting to happen, they need a quorum, which means at least 1/3 of all votes must be represented. When it comes to electing directors, it's a simple plurality, meaning the candidates with the most votes win. Approving the incentive plan requires a majority of votes cast. The same goes for ratifying the accounting firm and any adjournment proposals. To reiterate, the board is pushing you to vote for everything: the two directors nominated, an increase to the number of shares, the public accounting firm, and the possible adjournment if they don't have enough votes. Here's who they want on the board. There are currently 8 directors divided into 3 classes. 2 of the directors, John Hendricks and Clint Stinchcomb, are up for re-election to serve until the 2028 annual meeting. John Hendricks founded Legacy CuriosityStream, and he's currently the chairman and chief editorial officer. He founded the Discovery Channel, so he has a lot of experience in the media world. Clint Stinchcomb is the president and chief executive officer of CuriosityStream. He's been in this role since 2018 and has a long history in traditional and digital media. Next up, they want to increase the number of shares subject to the CuriosityStream Inc. 2020 Omnibus Incentive Plan. This means they want to have more shares available to give to employees as part of their compensation. If approved, they'll increase the number of shares from 7.7 million to 10.7 million. The reason for this is to attract, keep, and motivate employees by giving them a piece of the company. This helps align their interests with the company's success. If they can't offer equity, they might have to increase cash compensation instead. As of April 8, 2025, about 740,000 shares were still available for grant under the existing plan. This proposal would add another 3 million shares, bringing the total to 10.7 million. They also talk about burn rate. A burn rate is basically how quickly a company uses up its shares reserved for equity compensation. They are asking you to ratify or approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as their independent accounting firm for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2025. Ernst & Young LLTA was their accounting firm until March 2024. They said they declined to be re-elected. This change in accounting firms can sometimes raise eyebrows. The SEC rules require them to disclose if there were any disagreements with the previous firm or any unusual events. In this case, it looks like there were no disagreements or reportable events. Here is a breakdown of what they paid to their accounting firms: Apu, Enchi, GT for 2024 Kisi, 270.24 Tatsi 3T Associated fees, EY for 2024, 393,000 Tapsi's order fees, EY for 2024, 39 Asani 2,000 FDOF TCTVI for 2023, 87 Tree, 80 Fedchi, Ivani, HE Toddy NT, any Plaben tax fees, EY for 2023 NT, IB and ATEHE as and 83,005 ETSI's HCI for 2023, EY for 2023 and 90,010 FT fees, EY for 2023 535 and rotates. ACY for 2023 and 862,000 exi tax fees, ACE5 for 2024 or 6063 for 2024 162,000 16,000 2023 and 65 for 2024 on 66,000 380 the tax fees, EY for 2023. The audit committee states it reviewed the financial statements with management and the independent accounting firm. They received communications from the accounting firm about its independence. Based on these discussions, they recommended that the board include the financial statements in the annual report. This section is about how the company is run, how the board is structured, and who is on it. There are 8 directors classified into 3 classes, serving staggered 3-year terms. This ensures there's always some experience on the board. They're also required to have a majority of independent directors, meaning directors who aren't employees or have relationships that could affect their judgment. The board determined that each of Matthew Blank, Andrew Hendricks, John Hendricks, Jonathan Huberman, Patrick Keeley, Mike Nixad, and Elizabeth Saravia is independent. The following tables set forth the diversity of our board queue. The board has 1 female and 4 males. 3 members did not disclose. All of them are white. This section details how much the top executives are paid, including salary, bonuses, and stock awards. Here are some highlights. Clint Stinchcombe 2024. Total ETS is 5,000 sexism odds 56 tant odis 8A2 Executives also get shares of stock if they hit certain targets and get more over time. The following table sets forth the total compensation of the company's non-employee directors for the fiscal year ended December 31, 2024. Yuekantli Wikambali Elizabeth Saravia, 2024 total entry 66,124 total. Here we can learn how much the board members get paid to lace edgefive. All IAAZ stock awards in 23.5. The company has a pretty standard insider trading policy that forbids any of the big shots from trading on information only. They would know. Here we are. Security ownership is a measurement of the quantity of shares held by owners with decision power. Looking at the big picture, Hendricks Factual Media LLC owns 36.6% of the stock and John Hendricks has 37.3%. The other officers each own less than 10%. If you want to submit a proposal to be included in next year's proxy statement, you need to get it in by December 26, 2025. Eagstar, take a step back and look at what we have. CuriosityStream seems focused on keeping its executives incentivized through equity. The approval of an increase in available shares will probably pass. Also, the board has a majority of what they call independent directors. But in my opinion, some of those relationships might be a little too close for comfort, but that's for you to decide. Overall, it looks like a pretty standard proxy statement. This is a vote on approving people more than money. Nothing especially sticks out, so it will likely be a foregone conclusion. So there you have it. Proxy statements can be long and confusing, but hopefully this breakdown has made it a little easier to understand. Don't forget to vote if you're a shareholder. Now it's your turn. What's your take on CuriosityStream's upcoming proxy vote? What will you be voting for? Let me know in the comments. If you found this helpful, remember to like and subscribe and be sure to join. I will see you in the next one.